Alrighty, welcome everyone to my first ever get ready with me video. So this is not exactly what I do on an everyday basis, but it's pretty close. It's just that I'm trying out a few new samples. One is Cover FX Blurring Primer, and the other one is an ambient light correcting primer. So I'm not sure if this is mattifying, and I want to do something a little bit more mattifying for the skin. As you can see, it's kind of shiny today, so I'm gonna try this, and if it doesn't mattify enough, I'm gonna try this on. All right, so let's get ready. First step is, of course, to cleanse, wash your face, tone, and moisturize. So I've already done that stuff. Okay, let's start with the Hourglass primer. So we will most likely need, it's illuminating primer. I'm not so sure about that. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's pasty. I don't know if I want to do this. Okay, let's just try that out a little bit. Dots, and then buff it out. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, because I usually use the Urban Decay Quick Fix. It's a hydro-charged complexion primer, prep priming spray. But okay, since we're trying this out, let's stick with this for now. Okay, and then the next thing I don't usually do like a super full coverage foundation, so I love the Ordinary serum foundation. So it's a very light coverage. It just feels like you have tinted moisturizer on, but it has a little bit better coverage than your average tinted moisturizer, and the finish is really natural looking, so I love that. Okay, so I don't put like a whole bunch of this, and then she dabs like a lot on her face. Like, I don't put a lot, and then I was like, ugh. 10 minutes later, your face is caked with all the makeup. Just trying to get rid of the redness right there in the center of my face, and then blending that out, making sure like the under eye is secured. Yeah, so I'm using a fake, well, not really fake, but a copycat beauty blender, because they're a lot cheaper, and for something that you have to replace every 6 months, it's not worth buying the expensive kind if they do the same thing anyway. Just my opinion. Okay, so I have a few blemishes that I need to cover up aside from the eye bags. Okay, so the eye bags, and then like I have a spot right there and a spot right there. Okay, next thing we need to do is conceal. So for concealing, again, I'm going for like a glowy look today, so instead of my usual Born This Way, I'm using the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. And I think this is in the shade Tan, because I'm tan right now. Yeah. So you don't need a lot of this, but I can guarantee that it is indeed creaseless. I put a little bit over there doing the makeup face, and a little bit over there, and I kind of have like dark areas around here, or like mustaches growing, and like a baby goatee or something. I'll just dab on some concealer over there as well. I don't really care much about the redness around my nose area, but again, there's that spot right there that needs concealing, and a spot over there. Okay, so for those like smaller areas, I just like to use my fingers to dab the product. Yeah, I can finish that up later. And again, using my makeup sponge, I'll just blend everything nice and evenly. Okay, so as you can see, this is really not a like matte finish, so this is more for like those days where you want a little glow, a little radiance happening. Yeah, so let's just like continue blending that out. Okay, so now that concealing and foundation is done, we will do a little bit of contouring. So yeah, right there, right there, yeah, and a little bit over here, a little bit over there, some on my forehead. Like, generally, I mean, there's a lot of like sketches about where you should contour and like stuff, but generally what I like to do is like basically play with light and shadow on my face, and I just put the contour where I think my face needs a little bit of help. So like it all comes down to knowing your face shape and like things that you want to emphasize and things that you want to hide. So generally the rule is things that get darker like recede to the background, and things that are lighter move forward. Okay, so we are, I should, not today, just blend that out really nicely, like so. Same thing on the other end. You don't want to like leave that part undone. I've gone out before and I left some of my contour makeup unblended and like just totally forgot about it, and it's just ridiculous. It looked ridiculous. So do not ever forget to blend out your contour. Okay, and then if there's some left over, like blend it out into the jowl area. Yeah, all right, so there. Awesome. So what I'm a big fan of right now is cream blushes. Actually, this is like an all-over face color, so you can just use it for your lips. Sometimes I use it for like my eyes, and I use it for blush. But it's really perfect to use as a blush, especially on like hot summer days, or if you're working on looks that like require a little glow, which is what we're doing right now. So you just put just a little bit on and just blend that out. Blend that out into your contour so everything works together. Okay, so the part that I'm leaving out of this whole contour blush situation is like this little triangle under my eye. So bringing this out, like keeping it highlighted, is what's going to make my face look narrower instead of wider. As you can see, it's like done a bit, it's got a bit of difference already. So yeah, I'll just leave this part highlighted, and then if you have a little blush left over on your sponge, you can just easily like put that on your chin, your forehead, maybe a little dab on your bridge of your nose right there, right before the boop, right there, for like a little warmth all over. All right, sorry, I have the sniffles today. So what's next? Eyebrows. Yes, eyebrows. Some powder, because I don't really like doing a lot to my eyebrows because I have a lot of eyebrows, so like emphasizing that just does not help anyone. So I just like to fill in all the like patchy areas with some brow powder. So I have the, sorry, it's dirty, Smashbox Shape Matters palette, and then it has a few like brow colors. So I'm using the darker taupe shade. What is it actually called? Yes, no, soft brown. Okay, soft brown. So just filling everything in and maybe like elongating that, like, and just tiny bit. I don't like, okay, filling in especially this part because like the arch is like a bit sparse, so that like definitely needs a little filling in and extending, but like not too much. And then for like the middle brow, I like to use the lighter color, which is taupe, and then just like flick out. Oops. Yeah, okay. Okay, yes. And then since my brows are very thick and heavy, I like to tame them with a little bit of brow tint or brow mascara. So just like quickly, carefully glide it along. There we go. And alrighty. Okay. And now, before we do our eyeshadow, let's just quickly like bake the under eye, just a tiny amount. Okay, so I'm using Laura Mercier. What is this thing called? The translucent powder. Wow. Okay, it's like, yeah. Powder that thing, yeah. Okay. And while I'm at it, let's do this part too. I don't know why. What did we even do to that part? Yeah, okay. Awesome. A little bit on the chin, don't know why. Oops. Getting it all over my shirt. Okay. Okay. And while that is doing its thing, I just like really quickly like to do this with my fingers, because who has time to bring out all the brushes like on a daily basis, right? So here is the Tarte Pro To Go palette in Amazonian clay palette. Okay, so it has like pretty neutral everyday colors, which I love. This one is my favorite. It's the shade Drive. So it looks like pretty light, but when you actually apply it, especially maybe on my skin, it reacts a little bit, so it looks darker than it is. So I like to use that as an overall kind of lid color. See how, bam, instantly wonderful that is. So like when it's on your finger, it's pretty light, but then when you add it onto your skin, it's like magic. Magic. Bam! Look at that. Amazing. And that's it. Kidding. Alright, so we'll use a little bit of the highbrow to just clean up the outer, the underbrow area. Yeah. Use your beauty blender and blend that out a bit. Or you can just use your fingers, I guess, because it's a smaller area. Much easier. If you don't have like a face as big as mine, it's gonna be easy to just like use your fingers. Okay, and then like, so you want to lighten up this inner part. So there's hype, so it's a little sparkly shade right there. I just like to tap that much. And on the other side, just tap that much. Yep. And then just blend it up. Like from the inner corner right up until like a little bit more than halfway to the outer corner of your eye. So yeah, right there. And then the magic part, the shade Stylin', which is this dark shade right here. So I just like, and then like just stamp it on. Just stamp it on to your outer corner like so, and then I just blend it like over. I glide my finger along the top of the crease, and there, bam. If you need a little more color, just like keep stamping and then keep gliding. There. Okay, so other side, other finger, stamp it on and glide it along. Again, stamp it on, glide along. Ta-da! Okay, so yeah, so if you feel like it needs a little more drama, but I really don't think it does, you can get like a darker shade, like maybe this purple or this darker brown, which are like more heavily pigmented. If you want like a little more dramatic look, you can just dab it in right in the corner, right there, right there. Blend it out a little bit, right there at the corner, and blend it out. Yes, right. Okay, next up, eyeliner. Okay, so I like to do two things with my eyeliner. First is I like to use like a dark brown pencil to just tight line inside the lash line. Just like really get in there. I just only line halfway, so if you add more shadow to like the outer corner of your eye, it's going to make your eyes pop and just make them look bigger, like farther apart, if that's the kind of look you're going for. Okay, so this part you can actually do it blind. Okay, the next part is we're going to add a little bit of a like teeny tiny micro mini cat eye. So I use the tattoo liner, the waterproof tattoo liner from Kat Von D. Yes, this stuff is amazing. Like Sephora samples for the win. What? Okay, so a little trick that I like to do with my eyeliner. Let's see if you guys can like see that. How do we do this? Okay, is I target like this outer corner and use the tip of the tattoo liner to just drag a line, right? Okay, so drag a line into like the center of your eye, and then just create a line downward and just fill in the middle. And there you go. Cat eyes. Okay, and then on the other side, drag it towards the middle. Look. Okay, yeah. So there. Easy peasy micro mini cat eyes. And then of course we like to finish that off. Huh? Makeup pa ako. Okay. And then a little mascara. Let me just see what I'm doing here because I can't see. Okay, just add a little bit of mascara for a little bit of pop. Right there. Yeah, righty. There. Okay, I don't usually do the bottom because it just ends up in my eye anyway. But what I will try to do differently today is use the Highbrow Benefit color to do a little tight lining in my lower lid. Something I have never done before. See if it makes some kind of difference. If it makes my eyes look bigger or whatever. But this is like a really good product for doing that actually. I'm surprised. Impressive. Okay, so I'm using a brush. I don't know what this is, like a sharp flat brush. Let's just get a little bit of that dark brown color. Smoke out the lower part of my eye. Right there. Yes. There. Alrighty. Now, the mermaid brush. Just like dust everything away. To clean up that whole situation. Alrighty. And now for the last part, what I like to do is do a little highlighter. This is Champagne Pop. It is a Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, which is really, I love this thing. So I just like dab a little bit, tip of my nose, a little bit over here. Like keeping in mind that like triangle area that we were talking about earlier. Not too far in because that'll just end up making you look like you're oily. A bit on the chin and the forehead. Yeah. A little bit outer brow area. Yeah, and I just clean the fingers and then just like tap, 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 blend it out. So it'll return a little bit of that glow that was lost during baking. Yeah. Blend it out, and there. Oh, okay. Final thing, lipstick. So my favorite thing, it's how much I love it, is Nude Sticks Magnetic Matte Lip Color in the shade Rose. Love this thing. So it's matte, but it doesn't like super dry out your lips, and it stays on all day. So since with any matte lipstick, it'll help. Just add a little bit of lip balm, just a tiny bit for extra moisture to your lips, and then just glide that thing along. like nobody's business. Okay, so since we opted for yeah, since we opted for like a more glowy overall look, the matte lipstick is a nice contrast to that, so you still feel like you're put together and there's like a bit of dynamic going on instead of just being full on glowy everywhere. So there, this is, okay, let's do the hair thing. Okay, so yeah, okay, so this is the finished everyday, well, not so everyday, but like, yeah, like a simple everyday makeup look for me, for like round faces that you want to like hide stuff. Yeah, so there, I hope you like it. This is my first one ever, so I will do better the next time, I promise. Okay, see ya!